Today we're going to talk about the food on the MSC Meraviglia. We sailed on the MSC Meraviglia a few months ago. We have not gotten around to doing a video for all of the dinners that we had in the main dining room. So we put together a little compilation and we're going to let you know what we thought of the food on the Meraviglia.
Yeah, it was very good. The staff was unbelievable. They just took care of us very, very well. The food was a little bit interesting. It was
hit or miss. So if you have been on other cruise lines, Royal Caribbean, Princess, Norwegian, Carnival, typically the food is very good. Whereas with the Meraviglia, some of the meals were very good and some of them were just substandard, I would say.
Yeah, well, the weirdest thing was at one point we always had French onion soup every night, and the soup came out cold, and we ended up with seven soups on our table because the waiter kept going out and getting more soup, and all of a sudden there were four of us there. We had seven soups, and most of them were still cold. But
and that was coming from the wait staff. The wait staff, they go above and beyond. So this is actually the first cruise that I've ever sent food back. One night I sent the steak that I had back because it was overcooked. So it was not done to my liking. I had ordered it medium and it was almost well done. So I sent that back. They got me another one. The second one was perfect. And then another night, talking about the French onion soup, it came and it was ice cold. And Michael will tell you, I like my food very hot. So I was very disappointed. I mentioned to the waiter that the French onion soup was ice cold. So he went and got another one. But then the assistant waiter also ran back and got some more French onion soup. So in a matter of minutes, we had 7 different bowls of French onion soup sitting on the table. And it was no fault of their own. I have to say, of the 7 that came out, I think 2 of them were hot. The others were lukewarm. So you have to be aware of this. And it may have been our seating. We were on the last seating of the night. So we had the 9 p.m. seating, which was the latest of any of the main seating dining rooms. That could have played a factor because the food may...
But that was... I'm curious to see if anybody goes to the early dining who's watching. Leave a comment down below and let people know what the early dining was like. Was it the same or was it the difference than what we had?
Right. You know, if you went to the early seating, you know, the 5 or the 6 p.m. seating, you know, maybe because things are being prepared right then and there, the food comes out piping hot. So if you could comment and let us know. We usually do late dining. 9 p.m. is a little bit later than what we normally do. We usually do around 8. So it was an hour later than we normally eat. But, you know, still, all in all, I mean, we had a great time. The dining room was not overly crowded. And I think it was because it was the latest seating for main dining.
And it's also, we really couldn't choose our own dining. They gave us a time, and they gave us, for some people, it would have been a great time. They gave us dining at 5 o'clock. And we said, oh, it's just too early. So we went and changed it, which was very easy to do. And then that's why they gave us the late. But I don't know. I'm just really curious what the early dining was.
And as a matter of fact, when we booked the cruise, we requested a late dining time. And the friends we were sailing with also requested a late dining time. And they gave both of us the 5 p.m. seating. So I was a little bit perplexed when I saw that because for the most part, you know, I know MSC tries to accommodate your requests. So we had to stand in line and we had to ask one of the maitre d's to change our time. Fortunately for us, since we were going from early seating to late seating, there was a lot of openings. A lot of people that were standing in line that were taken care of prior to us getting up to the maitre d' were asking for going from late seating to an early seating. So it actually worked out. You know, we were able to open up an early seating for someone else and a late seating opened up for us. So, I mean, it was, you know, no bother. Took 5 minutes, everything was taken care of, and then our dining time was set.
Another interesting thing was Liz, who travels with us a lot of times, you've seen her on some of our videos, she ordered 3 or 4 main courses, and they didn't charge her for it. We're just curious if anybody else, because supposedly they charge $5 a plate for them if you get an extra main course.
It states on the menu, if you read the menu in the main dining room, you can order as many appetizers as you want, as many desserts as you want. But if you order a second entree, there's a $5 surcharge. So I had talked to my friend Liz, and I told her, I said, you know, there might be a surcharge, so you may not want to order an extra entree. Maybe you just want to do a couple appetizers or maybe a couple desserts. So when we sat down, she asked the waiter if she could order a second or a third entree. He said absolutely, and they never charged her a penny for the whole week. My only thought on this is we are the late seating, so this is the last dinner of the night. The food is going to go to waste if they don't use it. So maybe because of that, that's why they didn't charge her extra. So also in the comments, let us know if you have experienced getting that upcharge if you've ordered a second entree on the MSC ships.
And the best meal I had all week was the battered shrimp. Oh my God, it was delicious. It was great. Well, we asked every night, can we have some more of that shrimp? And they're like, oh no, that was the other night.
No, right. That was only one night. They kept trying to order it the rest of the cruise, but they didn't have it. So it was the popcorn shrimp. And I guess, you know, if Michael had known it was going to be so good, he probably would have ordered an extra entree also that night.
But it was, we just can't talk more about the staff. That's what made the dinner, I think. The staff, the way they greet you coming in, as you saw at the beginning of the video, they're clapping for you the whole time, you know, as you walk in, and they're very accommodating. They will take care of you. Just talk, you know, just ask whatever you need.
And just talking a little bit about the buffet, I think on one of our previous videos, we may have mentioned the buffet a little bit. The buffet, again, on the MSC Meraviglia, we cannot speak about any of the other MSC ships, just the Meraviglia. The buffet was hit or miss. It was very crowded. I think the way they had the setup, the flow was very awkward. So constantly you were always standing in line. And they were very time sensitive.
Oh, yeah.
So on the first day, we couldn't even get into the buffet on the first day of our cruise. They were late opening up the buffet. So there was a big line standing outside going onto the pool deck to try and get into the buffet. By the time it opened up, you couldn't even get anywhere near it because everyone on the ship was trying to get into the buffet to have something for lunch. So we took a break. We went and did a few other things and tied up some loose ends that we needed to tie up. And then we went back. So when we went back, the lines were still long, not a table to be found. We finally found a table. It wasn't even cleaned off yet, but we grabbed the seats and then we got a waiter to come over and clear the table for us. With that being said, we got our food. Michael went and got his food. He just came back to the table and they did the overhead announcement for the muster drill. And with the muster drill on MSC, you have to go back to your room, watch the video. Everyone has to watch it at the same time. Dial into a number on the telephone to register that you watch the video and then go to your muster station. So Michael didn't even get to eat that day. And then another day we went for breakfast.
Yes.
It was towards the end of breakfast, beginning of lunch. So Michael was in line to get some breakfast foods, and they shut down the counter.
Then they took away, no,
Took
they
away the
literally
food.
took away the food, gave me a muffin, said
Right.
here, you know, but they're very stringent on this ship.
Very strict about, they try and stick to their time.
But I have to say one thing, the pizza, the regular pizza, we're from Jersey.
In the buffet.
Okay, we know our pizza. And
know
that
our
is
pizza.
a great pizza. I mean,
It's the best we've had so far. We're going on Princess in the fall, so we hear that Princess Pizza is very good. Leave a comment below if you've had Princess Pizza. But on all of the cruises that we've been on, this pizza is the best. We went probably every single day just to get a slice or two.
and we did, and we really did.
Yeah.
Hey, and if you are going to be going on a cruise and you want to do some excursion, we are going to have a link down below for a shore excursion group, and we get a little bit of commission on everybody that uses us, and it's just a link to there so you can see it. But we'd appreciate that.
We've used them before. They're great for excursions, and they will guarantee to get you back to the ship. If they don't get you back to the ship, they'll get you to your next port. Most of their excursions are very close and similar to what the cruise lines offer, but at a much better price. So take a look at the site. It's definitely worth looking at. It's very organized. You put your sail date in, you put your cruise line and your ship, and it'll pop every excursion that they have for your sailing. So we've used them. They're great. So if you're going on a cruise and you're looking to book excursions at a cheaper price, you may want to check them out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we really appreciate the time you have spent with us today. I mean, the ship is beautiful. It's just that I think they need to be more lax on things they're doing. I mean, they have a time schedule, and it's amazing that they stick to that time schedule. It doesn't matter what's going on.
Please like and subscribe to this video, and we're going to have some more content coming soon.
Cat and Mike, the ship set sail on a journey that'll never fail. With the